And how did you hook up with No I.D?
Noah, my A&R. It's funny, man. It's a funny story. I think I might have told this once before. He was searching through blogs and just looking, you know. And this is like 2 years ago, almost 3 years ago, and looking through blogs, and comes across this video of mine, this song I had, and his girlfriend was in the shower, and she gets out of the shower, and she doesn't know, like, she's just like typical, you know, girl who likes music on the radio, just like cool little hit songs, whatever she hears. She comes out and she goes, "What's that?" And he goes, "You like this?" And she's like, "Yeah, that's like really cool." So first of all, thank you, Nina, because if it wasn't for her, we wouldn't be in this situation right now, which is funny. But he based it off that. He was like, "Whoa." He's like, "If this chick likes this, you know, damn, there must be something here." So he reached out on behalf of Def Jam and No I.D. just to kind of get a feel. And then we ended up having a meeting with him. And yeah, but that's how it happened. But so when I sat down with No I.D., it was so simple. It was like, "What do you want?" He's like, "You know, I fuck with you, you know, what do you want?" And we told him what we wanted, and he gave it to us. That's it. Now, that's not to discredit the label. That's not to discredit Def Jam. You know what I mean? I see it as musical chairs, like Def Jam and this and this. It's all just fucking titles, man. It's about the people who are working behind that company, and that changes a lot. It's like musical chairs.
Yeah.
So for me, it's about No I.D. and the people in that building who believe in me and show face and actually work hard for me. Those are the people I work hard for as well. Mm-hmm. But it was him. Without him, you know, a lot of things. I wouldn't be the artist and the young man that I am today. You know, I could say the same about Chris. I could say the same thing about a lot of things. I could have went a million different ways, and I think overall I'd have been a sharp young guy, you know, but everything happens the way that it's supposed to.
What was it about the Def Jam thing that kind of made sense?
First and foremost,
for your company.
Yeah, the points, everything were great. The points in general. But creative control, that was the biggest one. There was even a clause they tried to slip in there that was like, yeah, you have creative control, but we have, it's what they call a last say clause. So they have to like actually approve it, and we were like, get the fuck out of here. So Paul Rothenberg, cha-ching, free promotion, my attorney, he's the fucking man, you know, and he made sure that everything was great. So I got to create the album I wanted. I mean, even if you listen to it, obviously, you know, it didn't have the radio record and the this and that, whatever the fuck that means. I just went in and I made good music that I wanted to make, you know. Like I said, the points were good, the percentages of what I get and this and that, and blah, blah, all that was good. But it had to be good. The money had to be good.
Yeah.
That was like, duh. Like, in my mind, I'm like, no fucking brainer. You want me to, like, you got to make it good. You got to make me happy to want to be here and sign to you and this and that. Yeah. But the biggest thing was creative control. But that's why No I.D.'s so fucking awesome, because he is an artist. He's a true artist.
He's a producer.
Yes, and he is also an executive.
Yeah, and for people who don't know, like, No I.D. was instrumental behind Kanye West, Common,
Jay-Z, a lot of different people,
a lot of people. He kind of like was an architect of the Chicago sound and everything else like that. And I think so Kanye was working under him at one point?
Man, Kanye was the little dude who like would go to his house and knock on the door and be like, yo, come on, man, I got these beats. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, yo, check this out. I mean, that's just, Kanye himself said that, you know, in old interviews he's done. Yeah, sure. Kanye was like the little dude that was like, just, you know, the little homie, you know, like, get out of here. Like, and it's so funny to think of Kanye as that guy. And then I see myself.
He's still the same guy, though.
Yeah. Think about it, I mean. But with No I.D., there's times where I was that guy, you know, like knocking on his fucking, you know, like, come on, man, he's with his wife. And he's like, get the fuck out of here, kid. Like, I'm da-da-da. But that's the funny part, you know, and just like, man, I got these beats, man.
I mean, like, you know, for example, Common just dropped his album, and No I.D., I guess, did the whole thing.
Yep, whole thing.
How involved musically was No I.D. in your project?
Well, it's weird. I think that's another perception thing, because I handled all elements myself. I was the person who overshadowed everything, like every snare, every this, every that. I was there with my engineer. I mixed it. I went to so and so for beats, this, that. So what I got from I'm not gonna say I was naive. I would say that I was very anxious and happy. So when I first signed, I'm sitting here thinking, oh, me and No I.D. it's just gonna be a whole album with just No I.D. beats, and I'm gonna have some like Kanye sounding type shit and this and that. But that's just that mentality,
Yeah.
It's like, oh man. But then you grow and you realize it's not about a No I.D. cosign. It's not about No I.D. beats. It's not about any of that shit. It's about my vision, and he helped me discover that.